What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another break on this Sunday evening. Right now, I've got our 2025 Topps Chrome Marvel Blaster 10 box number 3 random letter. Going to go ahead and get this shared over to the group, get everybody tagged, and we will go ahead and get started.
Ooh-wee. Ooh. No,
You let your
I
intrusive
can't
thoughts
help
on
it. Yeah, that custom made.
You know we about to have fun in this break.
I can't help it. And Messi. Messi. And Messi.
Almost got all the tags in here, just a couple more names. Lawrence having a hard time tagging. He apologized for that. Go ahead and get this shared over to the group. There we go. Got everybody tagged. We're going to go ahead and hop into our browser, get these names into teams randomed. Guess I should say letters random for everybody. It'll go first letter of first name of the character. Got the names here first. 19 entries. Brian on top. Alex on the bottom. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 6, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lawrence on top. Josh on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get that reflected onto our screens here. There we go. Then we got the letters here. 19 entries. A on top. W, X, and Y on the bottom. I'm going to roll the dice once again. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got exactly a 4, so we're good there. 2, 3, and 4. I on top. C on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens. Get that trade timer started. What's up, Mark? How are you doing?
What up, Mark?
There we go. All right, 5 minutes on the clock, starting now. While that trade timer's ticking, I'll go ahead and get these verification codes copied and pasted into our chats. There we go. Verification codes have been posted with just about 4.5 minutes left on the trade timer.
Is that trade timer going on? You guys some time real quick to play what I was telling you about?
3 minutes left, or 4 minutes left. Let me get those names organized.
Yeah, we can get a hand in real quick. I'm working on my dealing. Dude, how many hands do you think I dealt after the crash out?
100.
100. All right, you ready to play some Pokey Jack?
Yeah, let me get these names all sorted.
So dealer has the hit on like 3:30.
Cool. So you both get 2 cards?
Yep, dealer has the hit up to 2:30. 400 is blackjack. Anything over 400, you bust. For our Pokey Jack. It's based off of HP, all right?
Camera straight sideways.
Who's in here?
Who's it?
Y'all gotta be tired.
Just a little bit, just a tiny bit, but we're kicking.
Who's that, Mark? Yeah.
We're surviving.
Tired. We are tired.
Ready?
You know that point when you're like beyond tired?
Ready, Aiden?
Yep.
So you got, what is that, 190?
190. And you said 400.
Yep, 400 bust. Hit, alright. 310.
I'll stay.
We got ourselves a
310.
reserved, alright.
Okay, what you got? What you got? What you got?
220.
220.
220, 310. 400. Alright, ready?
Let's go.
We'll go through a couple hands.
All right.
That was a 30-second.
Yeah, I'm getting quick.
It's fun though. It's like different kinds of work. I didn't actually like. These two worked the booth at Fan Expo. I was the
No, this dude helped us set
vehicle
up.
driver.
No,
I helped
did.
set up, but
And tear
today
down.
and tear down.
today I was the loading person. So
So I'm showing 40. You got 200, Aiden.
200. I'll hit.
Hit. 330.
I'll stay.
Stay. All right, so I got 40. Let's see, 60, 100, 180, 230,
All right, we're now past our halfway point here
260,
on the trade timer, but still about 2 minutes left.
360, bro.
It is. I agree.
Crushing it right now.
I love the atmosphere. I went yesterday just as a patron, and it was a blast. It was packed though. It was less packed though than last year. Last year was like insane.
It's funny because they were saying that Saturday was more packed.
Really? Maybe it was just the spacing. Because yesterday I felt like I could breathe for most of the day without like.
I didn't
Feeling
think
suffocated.
I didn't feel like it was like the point where you couldn't move down the aisles.
Mm-mm.
But maybe
Like
they had the
last-
flow better
Yeah.
because they did move the sides.
You got 130.
Oh. Hit.
Hit. 200,
Hit.
270,
Hit.
320.
Hit.
Hit. Oh, 370.
Stay.
All right.
All right. Last 60 seconds on the trade timer here.
200, 260, 320. Got a hit. Oh, 390. Yo, I'm out here cooking this, man.
Good because you were not cooking that though.
Yeah, I was not cooking at the show. I was getting torched. I was not a good dealer at the show.
Torched.
Good for the people, bad for the
Yeah, look out for
We're looking out for late night Pokey Jack.
coming your way soon.
You should do it on a. Well, that's I guess gambling. Never mind.
Oh, we're doing that's.
I said do it on a stream to win like sealed boxes and stuff, but I'm like actually would probably be very illegal.
It's no different than like a surprise ceremony.
We'll explain it to you afterwards. We
All
gotta
right.
figure it
Last 10 seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Seeing no trades, those are going to be everybody's letters. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. After this, we got a $4 box Don Russ personal break, and then possibly score football.
4 box Don Ross.
I will say this is like very inside baseball, as I've heard a lot of wrestlers say. Fan Expo needs to figure out their behind the scenes stuff
150,
because there was no signs or anything for that,
310.
like sign in and.
Oh, we got a Pokey Jack. 70.
Got our nice
140.
Iron Man there. Those typically fall 1 per blaster.
140, 180, 300, 340, 1200. Let's go. Got
Double
the push.
Pokey Jacks.
Yep, double Pokey.
And we have a Thanos here
Ooh.
on the yellow wave for the letter T.
I love those yellow ones.
They look sick.
Oh, is that about 50?
No, it's just the normal blaster.
The blasters have 4 per box.
Oh, the yellow lava.
Yeah.
Yellow lava.
You said yellow wave.
My bad.
It's like a ray wave, isn't it?
No, it's like a lava.
It's kind of like a ray wave.
That's what I was assuming. It
On-
looked
on-
like a.
on the wave like a do-rag.
Got a nice Ghost Rider here for the letter G on the refractor.
Is that
And we got Rocket Raccoon at 289 out of 299 for the letter R.
Let's go R.
I think
Now I'm going over to Justin.
Yo, Aiden and Rocket Raccoon got the same mustache.
What y'all think about it? Should I keep growing my beard or should I cut it all off?
Yeah, if he's Rocket Raccoon, are you Groot?
Joy Soy.
No, he's
Groot.
one of the other abused animals.
Oh my god! What?
Have you never seen it? I haven't even seen
Yeah.
the movie, but I know in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's what the whole movie's about. Nice little Spider-Man insert there.
Bro, we ain't never been inviting you to Poke Jack night.
Ain't that one for that brings the vibe down randomly?
No,
Have you
I just,
ever seen Final
have you,
Destination?
it's my new favorite. You know what's the funniest part about me saying that all the time? Never seen any of those movies.
Okay. So you guys still fearing other people?
I watched the first one on a plane.
Oh, that sounds like
Wow,
a terrible.
That sounds rough. That does not sound rough. Yeah, doesn't this count like
Nice silver sable there on the Marvel anniversaries.
And you could like bug you while you break.
Yeah, you can. I'm not gonna play that while I break, but
Does it just kind of look like you?
looks like my mustache.
Yo, let me know if that
Go
kind of looks
side
like
cam.
Aiden on the
You
side
get
cam. The iron bundle, bro. That's Aiden doing all the.
All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into box number 2.
Box number 2.
Joy Soy Groot.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a lot of money and made poor financial decisions because someone did have a Andre the Giant PSA certified autograph at Fan Expo. It was about $6,000 out of my price range.
I make 4 pound answers.
Empty box there. They also had a sealed Topps Heritage Series 1 WWE box.
Oh,
Also, in case anyone was wondering, Aiden's has been to a card show and definitely said, "I'm not leaving here empty-handed."
Yeah, so don't listen to him about money because he's like
Hey,
$600 is range. He
At
said.
least I'm cognizant of it. That's when it's not a problem because at least you know you have limits and you know when you're being irresponsible.
Bro, act like I don't got access to your Twitter, bro. Don't make me pull up the history, bro. This man one day bought golf cards, then Toy Story cards, then Rugrats cards.
Yeah, I bought a lot more golf cards.
It was Pinocchio.
Yeah, it was Pinocchio. That's what it was. I'm like, he's like, dude, that was a steal.
He
I'm
was
like,
chasing that Jonathan Taylor Thomas autograph, dude.
You know, that's why I bought it, and then I found out afterwards there's not even any in there. I was like, $20 at a
He's
chance.
a
Like,
Panini product. He's a Panini athlete.
you know what's crazy about the company that makes those
what's up?
is they made the Osborns ones too. And back in the day, they used to guarantee that there was at least one full set in your hobby box.
That's crazy.
So if you bought a hobby box, you got the whole base set. Because I have like 3 base sets of the Osborns because I bought 1 hobby box.
Yo, what type of collector, like, what kind of expo do you think Aiden would fit underneath? Because he ain't going to Fan Expo. He definitely ain't going to no card show with that, but he's got to do
I don't know. Fan Expo kind of.
Fits Aiden.
Yeah.
I fit into the horror conventions.
I
You
don't
got a nice Luke Cage on the web there. 19 out of 399 for the letter L.
Those are some of my favorites. Have you gotten any of the red?
The red blue
Yeah.
webs.
I've
Those things are
opened
so nice.
2 packs of this, so no.
Oh, this is your first break of it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I thought you.
I
already
opened
did.
some on
Oh, you
Whatnot.
did the other one.
Yeah, and I pulled that red blue.
That's right.
Web.
Did you pull the red blue web?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I only pulled
I also pulled the Black Panther Gold script auto.
Yeah, but that was in cacao.
Oh wow.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. You guys like this stuff. Go get into some Kakao. They got autos in there. Script art autos.
Yeah, that Kakao is legit actually pretty cool though.
This one can have Frank Miller autos.
Who's that?
Frank Miller?
Really famous Batman artist
Oh,
who
bro.
also did some
Dude, I don't know who that
Marvel
is.
stuff.
I know, like-
He's older than Unk.
Like
Yeah.
Nathan's Frank. That's the Frank I know.
I almost,
Older than Ugg.
you know, get this basement over. I almost bought a Joey Chestnut auto the other day
How come you didn't?
What was he got?
because they were $80.
Did he describe it? What was he got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of them
you
was it was
Glizzy
Glizzy Gladiator. One of them was it was one of 4 inscriptions you could get.
Wow.
The one I regret not buying is the Pete Weber. Who do you think you are? I am inscription auto.
One of my favorite sets.
Empty box there. That one and when Leaf did Chris Hansen autos, where it was like take a seat. Have you ever seen the video where the dude's talking about Chris Hansen and because it's like a clip of a girl who met him in the airport,
Yeah.
and he's like, when you meet him in the airport, it's a fun viral video. When I meet him in my house, I go to jail.
Yeah.
Bro, some of the cards out of this Kakarot stuff.
Dude, I know.
There's our Iron Man. Looking at 1 per blaster for those.
Dude,
Those Kakarot are really cool, and you can get Tom Holland Redemption.
Yep.
I wonder because they don't have the odds on that, do they? I wonder if there's like one Tom Holland redemption and they use it
Well,
as
because
the
there's only 4,000 cases.
yeah.
Dude, Wolverine like iconic debut gold like 800. Spider-Man like one like sold for 900. Some of like the gold aura stuff selling for like hundreds.
I pulled the gold blade, right?
Did you?
I think so.
I haven't opened it yet.
Got a 41 out of 199 Cadet Marvel there on the green and blue
Let's go.
for the letter C.
Dude, you know what I really want to stream right now? What are you thinking I want to stream right now? David?
I don't-
No, I think you want to do the Chihui.
You want me to do a Shehu?
No,
I'll probably max out the mic. So I probably should.
Nah, you'd be good.
No.
Woo! Yeah, you'd be fine.
Woo! Nah, I got yellow right
I
there.
got yellow thing and the red though.
No, but I wanted to yell
This is
the-
why we're never allowed to break it late night again. They're like, please don't.
24
Please don't do conventions
24
again.
hour stream vibe.
Yeah, this is 24-hour stream vibes. The
This-
delusion hit.
This is actually a surprise 24-hour stream. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna start right now, right after the con. Dude,
Could you imagine?
I would
gassed
fall
I'm
asleep
also here like
right
2
now,
hours.
dude.
I stayed up late and I did well. So like that's the thing is you guys probably went. No, you didn't because I was still talking to you. That was wild because I came back from the convention and I went to have dinner with Cameron's parents and then I forgot that my aunt was home for literally just the night, and so I was like, oh, now I gotta stay up and like socialize with my family.
This man's saying this all on the stream.
This man's like social with my family. I don't care.
Dude, if it was my family, I couldn't be saying that kind of stuff. I gotta watch what I say because Ryan hit me up with Dad, I saw you on the YouTube the other day. I watched one of your breaks. I'll tell you what break it was.
You can be like, oh no.
Dude, this
I
is-
can
this
already
is-
assume what it is. Bro, that's even more fun though, because you can be like,
Yeah.
well, you got to go to therapy, and your therapist is like, "How did you learn all this?" It's like, "Oh, he watched me on YouTube."
Yeah.
That's the beauty of breaking on YouTube. You have friends that you can't see in person.
I love these breaks.
How many people are in here, bro?
5.
Oh, I know Dave's one of them.
What up, Dave?
What up, Dave?
One of them's got it. What's the over under? One of them's Dave or David.
Nah, David, fast asleep.
David's fast asleep.
He getting that 26 letter.
I love the look of these cards. These are sick.
That's what I said, dude. I thought they were cool looking.
Like, it's not something I would personally PC, but I wouldn't mind, like, if I ended up with a couple in my collection. Like, if you could PC one Marvel character, who would you PC?
Gambit.
Ooh.
I already PC Gambit.
Ooh.
Got a nice Black Widow here. 226 out of 299 for the letter B.
PC Gambit and Magneto. So can I say them, or if I want to add somebody else new to my PC?
I mean, that works if that's what.
If I want to add somebody new to my PC, it'd be Nova. Or Doctor Doom. No, yeah, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom.
I would say my
Gambit, that's a good one. That's what Emma said.
Let's
I don't know
go-
if you guys can hear that
let's
back
go
there.
3.
Alright.
Because you just picked
Top 3?
So
Alright.
you got what? Gambit.
Magneto, Doctor Doom.
I'm Gambit, Cable, and Jubilee.
Alright.
Dang.
What you got?
Although Moon Knight is like
Gremlin Coast?
right there, dude.
What you got? Aiden?
I feel like mine would be super basic.
Iron Man,
Like-
Spider-Man, Wolverine.
Yep. But so like those were the 3 I was thinking. I was like,
This man out here being the most basic.
The
Dude,
thing
I
is,
feel,
like-
I feel like I just offended so many people. I named those up so quick.
No, those are the most basic ones. We were just talking about that today at the con. We were talking
they're
about
the most like beloved,
we
like
were talking about how like,
universally.
Miles Morales is like
the newest character to stick.
crop that's like in that big like
Really nice Cyclops there for the letter C. Get these base
2015.
moved over.
Miles Morales has taken, less than 10 years to really stick into the Spider-Man. But he's also Spider-Man, so I feel like that helps.
The thing is, like growing up, I was huge into comics, but I only read Batman and like DC. So I've never really like delved into Marvel enough to like fall in love with any of the characters. Like I like some of the movies. Like always, as a kid, Wolverine was always my favorite. But like I'm not familiar enough with the comic lore to really like stand out. Like, I do love Gambit. Gambit is cool. Psylocke, another good one. Like I think I would honestly pick X-Men, like members of the X-Men and Spider-Man, because I always loved Spider-Man.
That's pretty much what all mine are. Because mine are all like in the same generation. Gambit, Cable, and Jubilee all pretty much became characters at the same time, and I believe they were all originally drawn by the same person.
I'm a big Gambit, Magneto. Doctor Doom, I think for Magneto it's because of the way he's portrayed as like almost
Mysterious.
well, anti-hero like, but also very antagonistic.
He's like he's a villain that like sometimes you're like, yeah, he'd be doing good.
Cable is another good one. You know
Yeah,
what? I
that's on my
got
list.
like
a different one for you here.
Who said Cable?
Mark said Cable, Psylocke, and Gambit.
Oh, dude, we got the same one except for my Psylocke turns into Jubilee.
because the thing about Magneto,
Got a nice X-Men on the 50-year giant size card there.
it's,
Really cool one.
Magneto's like how I compare him like compared to like now like what someone that's gotten to like mainstream is like Killmonger, right? Where like
You know?
people relate to Killmonger's like almost like morals and views,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like
I
right?
changed my answers. Star Child, Catman, and the Demon.
What's your answers? Is it basic again?
67 out of 399. Photon there
Oh, I'm
on the
gonna
web.
use-
I just said it. Star Child, Catman, and the Demon.
Oh.
Marvel #1 came out. Kiss #1 came out in Marvel, so technically, I didn't say superheroes. I said Marvel characters.
Spins out here on the kiss.
Yeah. You don't kiss. You don't kiss. But that was cool. I do. My favorite DC heroes are Flash and Shazam.
I was always a big Batman fan, but like Batman would not be the character I PC'd if I were to like PC Batman characters. It would for sure be Hush.
I love Flash. I love Shazam.
It would be like
Flash would be what I want.
Hush,
I don't know who else in
Joker, even though that's like super basic, just because I think like Joker has some of the best like written stories in comic book history.
DC's a little rough for me because I just don't.
See, I like the dark and brooding. Like that's why I love Batman is because the stories are like way more like.
It's
I'm not saying Marvel isn't, but like that's what I always fell in love with Batman was like the darkness of it. That's why like probably my favorite comic book series ever is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because it's very adult and very dark. Because it's based on it's like inspired by Frank Miller's Daredevil.
One thing about DC is like, I feel like you can tell who they really love and who they really don't love.
Like who gets the attention?
Yeah.
Well, the crazy part is like Superman is like probably a top 5 superhero.
Entry box there.
I don't really feel like they do. Nobody who likes Superman.
Oh, TMNT, you have the original set. That's sick.
I feel like a lot of people like Superman, but my thing is about like what makes it hard for some of the DC stuff nowadays. You know, for like, and this is like, I have to speak it like this because it's from my generation, right? It's like because I'm of my age. It's like I can't see myself liking Superman. There's so many different Superman. It's the thing with Batman,
Yeah.
right? It's like at my age though, for like Wolverine, right? Like Hugh Jackman's been Wolverine for 20 plus
Yeah.
years.
This is the greatest show, dog.
That's TMNT. Yeah, the graphic novels. Okay. I was gonna say if you have the original issues, man, you're sitting on some money. That's my dream comic is Raphael #1 because my favorite comic book character across the board of all time is Casey Jones.
Yeah, I saw Sick Casey Jones at the
I found a second printing of that issue when it was like more wide released at a store here for like $15, and I was so pumped.
yeah. Yo, you have a Leonardo pin on your bag, right?
I got Donatello.
No, Donatello. Oh yeah, you have Donatello. I have the Michelangelo.
I said I would get Leonardo.
Yeah.
I think I got Donatello too though, because that was the only one we had left.
Is this man Leonardo or Raphael?
It depends on the day.
I don't know, bro.
Depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Maybe he's like Master Splinter before the serum. He's just a rat.
That's why I got this mustache. Bro.
I'm just playing.
Messed up, dog.
I'm just playing. No,
That
he's probably more Michelangelo than anything. Except instead of pizza, it's like boneless wings.
No, for real, you're probably right.
I literally had that for dinner last night. And now every time I eat wings, all I think about is you saying your diet's just wings and pizza. And you know what I've had in the last 2 days?
Wings and pizza.
Wings and pizza and Philly cheesesteak. I had a Philly cheesesteak at the con.
A Nazera way.
Yeah, I love this stuff. This is my first break too. I mean, I've opened a couple packs on Whatnot, but I have not like fully delved in. I'm really loving this stuff. I love like comic book art on cards.
Aiden, is there a way
Get this
starting
moved over.
January 1st that we can get you to weigh every wing you eat? See how many pounds of wings.
I mean, I could probably do the math. I can't like individually weigh, but it's definitely in probably the triple digits by the end of the year.
No, that's quadruple.
It's
bro.
quadruple.
That's got to be quadruple.
Yeah, well,
Let me do the
over
math.
under 1,000 pounds of wings.
I will
bro.
say I eat wings at least once a week.
At least. He said at least once a week.
I make bad financial decisions.
No. This man's just straight bold-faced lie to everybody. I at least eat wings once a week.
At least every Tuesday, and then maybe he'll get them Friday.
And then most of the times another day of the week.
Yeah, and then most of the times, maybe if someone's like a DoorDash, I'm like, I'm down for whatever. And then he's like,
Wings?
wings? I'm like, you're not down for whatever.
Aiden, over under 3 days a week wings.
Depends on the week. How many times have I had them? I'm trying to think. This week, I think I only had them
A boneless wing typically weighs between
twice.
half and 1 ounce.
Okay, so
16 would be you. Yeah.
how many wings do you eat on average?
You get like a 10, you get like 20?
10 to 20.
Oh my
So we'll say 15 every time he eats them.
15.
Let's say he eats them once a
Twice
I love these like blaster exclusive
So,
lavas as
15
well.
times
Those are really nice
30.
looking.
twice a week.
twice a week. Well, yep. Times.
We got a nice Future Stars insert.
Times.
I love that they
That's
included
double that,
those.
'cause he eats- Oh, no.
Jeff the Land Shark there.
And then
And a nice
Wow, that's
wreck
16.
wrap on the Future Stars.
Oh, that's not bad. 98 pounds of wings.
98 pounds of wings if you eat.
A year?
If you eat them twice a week.
Are we counting like, what do you count a week? Monday through Sunday? Or are you counting Sunday
It
to
doesn't matter.
No. I mean, like you asked me how many times I've eaten wings this week. If you count Sunday to Sunday,
It's Sunday to
Because when I
Sunday
went-
through Saturday.
okay. Because if you counted like, well, yeah, I guess even if you count Sunday through Saturday, not counting today, last week I ate wings 3 times for 3 meals.
So he eats
Last Sunday and then Friday and Saturday.
This fool eats 150 pounds of wings.
Oh, yeah. That made me grubbing. I'm not going home empty-handed.
One time for my birthday, my mom accidentally ordered 100 wings. So
Is that an accident or is that?
Then Aiden ate them all.
I did have them for a few days, but I'm not letting wings go to waste. I'm being so like, I'm gonna cook tomorrow if I can figure out my crock pot situation.
I love
Nice
you want to
She-Hulk
rip a
there.
box so bad right now.
I had that problem the other day. Emmett was telling me about Upper Deck SP Game Used Golf, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome!" And I was so tempted to go around town and try to find one, and then
I was about to tag Aiden out for a box.
it's okay. I got a Donruss baseball up next, and I know you love that. So
Yeah, I'll rip a box, at least a box of that. Should all 3 rip a box.
well, there's 4. So
And then Aiden
What?
Don Ross.
Oh.
I'd love to see one of these facsimile autos, and I was just reading the checklist this morning. There's even artist autos you can get here, which I think is super cool.
Oh yeah, dude! Somebody just literally came to the show, and they said they pulled a Ryan Otley autograph out of it.
You know what's funny? He's huge for Invincible, and I met him at Fan Expo a couple years ago, not knowing what Invincible was.
Yeah. He was there.
I met him. I got a Spider-Man print signed by him
I'll have you
for one of my
dead.
friends.
I'll have you dead. Why?
I would love to see though. Now that they have like the Disney licensing, I would love to see some Marvel
I want to.
or like actor autos.
I would like to see the crossover. More of those
Like-
like the what ifs, like you know how they do the what if like covers for
Oh, true.
like the Disney.
It would be cool if they did a set kind of like Mayo, but instead of like based on Japanese culture, being based on like different artist interpretations. So like each character is drawn by a different artist, or each parallel is a different artist. Nice Magneto and
Is that one
Bloodline.
Would you rather listen to? Would you rather you can only listen to every single Pitbull song, but sang by different artists, or sing or listen to any song you want, but it's always sang by Pitbull?
Other artists in Pitbull.
Pitbull songs? Yeah, that's
I don't.
Aiden, what you picking?
Pitbull songs by other artists, I guess.
Yeah.
You can listen to Fireball by Sabrina Carpenter.
You know Aiden's down for that.
Aiden, if I got you a Sabrina Carpenter autograph, would that be a really good gift?
There was one at Denver Fan Expo.
There was it was a record. Did you see it?
Yep. You know what's funny? That company,
Yeah.
that was like their first time, I think, being at this convention. That's the original company I started buying signings to.
Oh,
They're
really?
based out of Texas. They used to do a thing during COVID called V-Shout, which was like a cameo, but it was the person signing your autograph. So they would sign your stuff and then like do like a cameo like shout out afterwards.
Right, Aiden, this one's for you.
Yep.
But you know,
That's
like,
really all it was most of the time.
like.
All right, second to last box here. Good luck, everybody.
I feel like Aiden like has been reincarnated at least like 4 lifetimes. We're just like living in his like world.
Yeah.
This may be like, yeah, I remember this, my bro. Like,
Dude,
You're like-
sometimes Aiden be like back in the day, and then he'll like reference something in 2020.
but also, he'll mention something like,
Empty box there.
like he almost like he lived. He mentions like he lived through it, and it's like back in like 1972. I'm like, what? You were born in like when were you born? 2000?
2001.
2000. Like back in 1972, I was doing okay.
Yeah. This man wasn't even born in. He was only born in.
My father wasn't even alive in 1972.
Oh my God. My father. That's a this.
Woke. I am young.
I mean, have you ever seen the show Tires on Netflix?
Nope.
I recommend it.
Is it something that I would like?
It's comedy.
It's so funny. You're watching it, right?
I haven't started episode season 2 yet. Dude, all I keep thinking is when you call me Unk, that Jordan found out today that y'all call me Unk, and he like could not get over it.
I don't know. I was like, no.
I was like, I've just been happening forever.
I've been calling you Unk. How long have we been calling Unk? Since we started the group chat, and we're on like since like what the beginning of like December of last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But you know what I really want to scream right now? Hey, what do you think I'm trying to scream right now?
I don't know.
You scream, I scream, you all scream.
That's what happens when we're all delirious and having fun.
What, who said
I
it?
apologize. Mark, he said it. This show is hilarious.
This is just wait till the next 24 hours. For
Ooh, so that's what I want to scream. So I've been holding on.
Bro, every 2 seconds yesterday, and John Cena's line to meet him, everybody was doing that. Like, do, 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 do.
I can tell you why they do that.
You know, it's like it's so weird because like when we met John Cena the first time, he was like semi in character, but like still super friendly. It's so like interesting to watch wrestlers not be the wrestler at all.
Was he not the wrestler at all?
There we go. We
Well,
get
'cause
this
he-
moved over
Because
because like
John Cena the person, because he's technically people are going to see him as Peacemaker.
yeah,
Wow,
or like people expect him to be like his heel if he's like John Cena.
that's true. Kayfabe.
And like people asked him like one of the questions, they were like, "Hey, this happened in one of your recent matches. Like, who made that decision?" And he said, "That's a fantastic question, and I can't wait to answer it in January when I'm no longer in the wrestling business."
Yeah.
Emmett, you know who we missed? Like, I knew he was there one year, and I didn't care at the time. You know, Dave Bautista was at one of the first Denver Fan Expos.
Really?
Empty box there, yeah, as a guest.
Did he do the the
It was
Galaxy
it was right after the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh snap! Where he stands very, very still.
I've actually never seen the third Guardians of the Galaxy.
I have not either.
I
I just heard that
haven't
just abuse animals. But I just heard that from somebody. I'm not sure who the source was, but I did hear from a very reliable source.
I just got burnt out on comic book movies. Like, I enjoyed them, but I was like, I can't. Like, working in a movie theater, I watched them so much that I was like, I
No,
can't.
I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 either, guys. But so if you all if you want to have a movie date night,
Fried chicken and boiled peanuts night.
fried chicken on boiled peanuts and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Let's do a movie night where we do live comic book groups the whole time.
Anonymous bonus wing reviews on the side. He's like super political, spoken with them.
You know what's hilarious? When I was asked what I wanted to do when I was like 12 years old, I said I wanted to be a chili taste tester. That was my dream job.
That's so on brand.
We got a nice domino here. 82 out of 99. That is a gorgeous parallel.
Hey, what's that place called? Golden what?
Golden Flame.
Golden Flame?
Satan's Spawn. Mark, you don't like boiled peanuts?
Dude, what?
My fiance is the same way. She can't stand them. It's one of my favorite, like, guilty pleasures. Emmett's never had them, so I always joke, like, one day we're going to make him try them.
One time Aiden came back from a trip where he may or may not have gotten engaged, and said that he got some boiled peanuts from the side of the road.
With
and then,
mosquitoes in
and
them?
then 30 minutes later, his stomach hurt, and he didn't know why.
Dude, what?
You always got to try food at the side of the road because you never know when you're going to find a gem.
This is the same man who can't drink milk.
Mark said, don't try boiled peanuts.
What do I feel like Aiden tries gets like a really bad like boneless wing order or something. He's like, go filibuster Golden Flame.
Dang, you really had to use a dictionary to figure out that term, didn't you?
No, I didn't have to. I just couldn't get because I was laughing so hard trying to get it out.
I took a class in college in undergrad that was like congressional simulation, and we actually like had people who could like filibuster during class. Nice
Who's that one
sunfire there to finish us off. All right, let me get these base moved over. We'll hop into our recap.
4 days.
Next, we've got a Donruss baseball personal break. Then we'll see what's next. Appreciate everybody for hopping on and joining our late night shenanigans.
We appreciate y'all.
And appreciate your patience after Fan Expo. Feel bad for making y'all wait that long. Domino out of 99 for the letter D. Bloodline on the Future Stars. Storm on the X-Men. Cyclops on the X-Men. Wreck Rap on the Future Stars. Photon on the Web out of 399 for the letter P. Professor X there. Black Widow out of 299 for the letter B. Cadet Marvel there out of 199 for the letter C. Luke Cage out of 399 for the letter L. And Rocket Raccoon out of 299 for the letter R. All right, that's going to do it for that blaster break. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on with us. Hope you have a wonderful evening. We'll see you in the next.